Welcome, everybody. My name is Colton from Zimtu Capital. Today I'm here with President and CEO of Core Assets, Nick Rodway. Nick, thanks for coming in again.
I'm thrilled to be here, Colton, and it's great to have a big milestone reached with the company, which is the first ever drill holes drilled at the Silver Line project.
And so we're going to get into the news that you've released today, but I want to go back just to March 6th. So these are the first four drill holes ever done on the property. Sort of unheard of in Canada or really anywhere. You know, a lot of CRD systems we know about in Chihuahua that were artisanally mined in the 1600s, but this is a brand new project. So when you're looking at something like this, what's the technique or approach that you're doing?
Well, again, I mean, it all started with boots on the ground prospecting, and we're lucky enough, fortunate enough to be in an area that hasn't been looked at a lot in the past because of glacial cover. The glaciers in the area have retreated a fair deal, and there's not a doubt in my mind that this already would have been discovered and well worked if I hadn't have come across it with my team in the first place, which was only in 2020, of course, right? We're 2023 here now, so we're moving very fast. But when you go into a project like this, you need to start from the beginning. You're taking rock samples. Generally what you're trying to do is increase your confidence, which lowers your grade. But in our case, it's been increasing our grade, especially in the grizzly area. But you move through your channel sampling, and then once it's mapped, your most important thing with carbonate replacement style mineralization is mapping it and finding out where the plumbing is, finding out where you are in the system. So simply this year was 3 drill pads. They're spaced by kilometers of distance between each one. At the Jackie area, there's a lot of mineralization at surface. We put up 1 drill pad and we spanned out and did 4 holes, and they're all about equally distances between them and at different azimuths. And it was to gather as much information as possible geologically, and also hopefully tap into the CRD, which we did. And we had some very high grade intercepts within a larger. There were some smaller intercepts with a very high grade, and then within a larger intercept of lower grade material. But that would be what you'd expect to see for a first year program at a carbonate replacement deposit. And this is going to help us now move the drill on top of these occurrences that we've traced now from surface and now to a drill bit. A huge difference having subsurface information versus just grab samples. So we have proven now that these different occurrences are continuous to the subsurface.
And now moving into the recent news today, the drilling on the Grizzly property. Now you brought in a piece of it here, and you might not be able to see it on the camera, but this is an incredibly shiny piece of rock, and it's extremely heavy. Maybe you can tell me what you're seeing in this. What are the results, and how's the Grizzly looking?
So that sample that you have in your hand, we have exhibited it at the Roundup and the PDAC Core Shack, and that is a classic carbonate example of a carbonate replacement, and that would be something that anyone worldwide would pick up and say, that is high. That is a definition of high grade. 25% zinc, 25% lead, 1,100 grams silver. There's a gold credit and a copper credit in there, so it's 90% sulfide and about 50% combined economic metal. So we intersected that at the Grizzly area at around 56 meters depth. It's a intercept that's about 5.6 and change meters in width. We expect those widths to be pretty much true widths. Okay. We're hitting these sutures and these structures perpendicularly in order to, again, it's all about gathering information. And then if you can hit limestone, you have to drill limestone to get carbonate replacement. Right. So if you're not in limestone, you're not going to get it. So whenever we hit limestone, we're either getting what we call bleeders, which would be a something 10 centimeter, 15 centimeter of massive sulfide, like what you see there, or in this instance, we've hit what we think to be either a chimney or a manto, but it's something big and something significant. And again, to be this close to surface hitting these kind of things, very, very rare. And we can see it from surface. And now we've connected it at 56 to 50 or to 63 meters at depth. And, when we come back here now this year, we have so much more information than we had before. We know we've got high-grade material there. Now it's about finding the continuity and continuing to drill that one, that's just one occurrence. We have over 250 of these, mapped at surface. So how many more of these are going to get bigger and larger with depth? And how much higher grade can you go with these things? And, we don't know the answer to that, but this 2023 season is going to be crazy exciting because we're going to be drilling things now that we know are in the subsurface and finding the continuity and actually showing people the tonnages and how big this thing could be. You know?
Yeah, and this was the occurrence. I mean, I think there's over 500 meters of exposed mineralization on this occurrence. But again, like you said, there's over 250 more at surface, which is insane.
Yeah, there's a crazy amount of superficial mineralization, and again, it's all about mapping and knowing where you are with the limestone beds.
Yeah.
So again, we're going to be targeting those limestone beds this year, and we're going to be finding out not just how big this grizzly could be, but there's the Pete's area as well that we defined with our largest channel sample yet.
Yeah.
I mean, the limestone package there is over a quarter of a kilometer thick, and that's just at surface. And we're again just trying to figure out the structures, and that was what this drilling was about. And we know a crazy amount more now than what we did on our first pass program.
Yeah. And so moving into this next season of drilling, you just closed a charitable flow-through financing, so you made sure dilution stayed at a minimum. You've raised $3 million in a hard market to raise money. So what are you doing with this, and what are the plans for the upcoming drill season?
So yeah, I mean, we're here at the end of March now. It'll only be 2 more months, and we'll be mobilizing.
Right.
And everything is ready to roll here now. We have all of our contractors in place. We just can't wait to get up there and start. We're looking at a June start date.
Okay.
And we're going to drill basically as many meters as we possibly feasibly can. And I mean, it's a great time to be out of here. The markets are picking up. Gold just is over $1,950 now.
Yeah.
And the attention is, I think we're going to get a lot of attention here, especially on the silver part of this story, because it's anything we call anything over 400 grams per ton silver high grade.
Yeah, and I think that one news release you had something like 1,100 or something.
We do. It's a 1.16 meter intercept within a larger intercept, but there's even 3 meters and a change that are over 400. So that to me is a world class start to starting to build the layers of a CRD, and there's so much more upside there. It's crazy. And
it sounds like this season you kind of went in blind, and now for the next season you've got maybe one eye open.
Well, I mean, we have we got so much more mapping done while we were drilling last year as well. So not only were we gathering information to subsurface, we were also mapping these structures and actually figuring out what we're even mapping different types of calcium rich units now. There's different types of limestone and marble, and you need to find the units that can be replaced, so the ones with the best permeability and porosity. And again, you can't find a better example than what's right there next to you. That is classic, and that's what we're after, and that's the stuff that builds mines. That stuff right there, and
I'm not a super technical guy, but I remember at PDAC people looking at this and they their eyes light up. So it's definitely obvious, and we're excited for the next drill program, and I know we'll keep everybody updated there. Did you want to end on any updates or anything else? I know you guys have a growing team that's working on the project now, so it's exciting getting everybody involved, but anything else you wanted to end on?
Our team has grown substantially. We've gone from using a consulting company to now we have our own full-time employees, and I mean, we just can't wait to get back up there and start producing results. And confidence has gone up substantially now, and we're going to continue also to put out some more news releases between now and then, more technical on the technical side, just kind of showing the big picture, because we're going to put together a 3D model and actually take our geophysics into the model, which we've still to date not used the geophysics for targeting because we have so much surface. So once we put all that together, we'll also present that to the shareholders and show them our new findings, and that'll help us again build that database and start doing that targeted program, very targeted program this year.
Well, it sounds like there's going to be a nice drip of news flow coming up in the next couple months and before drilling. So we're excited. We'll keep everybody updated. And Nick, thank you for coming in and explaining the news release for us.
Well, thanks again for having me on, and I can't wait to get on with the next drilling in 2023.
Cool. All right. Thanks, everybody, and keep updated with Core Assets.